Effective February 1, churches will have the green light to host funerals, but with certain stipulations. So says Prime Minister Andrew Holness. He gave an update in Parliament on Tuesday. Simone Absalom Gale reports.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness says churches can now host funerals, but the rule of 15 applies.
What we are proposing is that the family of no more than 10 and the clergy or officiating ministers of no more than 5 can be in the church with the casket holding the religious rites of a funeral. So, Madam Speaker, we are not allowing mass open-ended funerals, regardless of how large the church is. It is the same rule that is applied at the graveside would be the same rule that is applied in the church.
The Prime Minister says the measures will be monitored for a month and extended pending assessment of compliance. Mr. Holness also says the relevant ministers will be reviewing proposals on the reopening of the entertainment sector.
I personally believe that there are some measures that can be put in place. The question is whether or not those measures would make the business economically viable. And so greater thought needs to be put into that. There are persons who say, well, just only approve open-air events. Just keep them within the time of the curfew. Everyone who goes in, they have to take a rapid test. Or, you know, they have all kinds of modalities and strategies that are being proposed. What I've directed to be done is that the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, the Minister of Local Government and the Minister of Health, they will be meeting next week, and I'm not certain you're going to be meeting with the industry just yet, but they're going to meet, review the proposals that have been given, because several proposals have been sent into the government about how the industry can return to some kind of functionality. So we're going to review those, and at the end of that review, we will come back to Parliament and report as to what might be possible.
According to Mr. Holness, for public passenger buses, there will be allowance of a limited number of standing passengers based on the seating capacity of the bus.
We're approving 1 passenger standing for every 5 seats in the bus. So if you have the common 30-seater, then you could have 6 persons standing in the bus, and we estimate that that would be, good enough in terms of social distancing, considering that in the bus, persons sitting side by side are even much closer than the recommended social distance. Some persons will try to say, well, if I have 34, then I could put 7. No.
He says there are provisions for sporting events to take place, but only with approval.
Sporting events can be allowed under conditions. And the Minister of Local Government, the Minister of Sports, the Minister of Health will, in due course, explain in more detail what these conditions are. This, and just to be clear, this is not a wide-scale return of sports. We have to, first of all, go through a process where we look at each sporting event and what they require and the specific public health protocols that can be put in place to ensure that they are safe.
The Prime Minister says restrictions remain in place for nursing homes and hospitals. He says as the authorities revise the safety measures, persons must continue to wear their masks in public and sanitize. For the news on PBCJ, I'm Simone Absalom Gale.